Good afternoon, everybody. I had a question about osteopenia. And osteopenia is a gradual weakening of the bones. Now, it is not osteoporosis, but it can lead to that. Essentially, we're talking about a decreased level of bone density. Now, let's be fair. Most of us who are likely to get it will be over 50 years of age. That's when it's more likely to start happening. No, we don't have the bones that we did in our youth. Now, the most obvious thing that everyone will tell you is that, well, increase your calcium and vitamin D. Can't go wrong with that one. But from my direction, first and foremost, contact your doctor. Have your doctor make a formal diagnosis of this condition, whether it's osteopenia or maybe even osteoporosis. Also, physical therapists will be very useful because they can put together the particular and appropriate exercises that you should do. And yeah, make sure this physical therapist or PT, has the qualifications in working with the senior population, maybe even board certified in those areas would be even better. Now, when it comes to our practice, our yoga practice, well, my focus has always been on the spinal column. Now, when it comes on the spinal column, there are three areas that we're going to be concerned with. First and foremost is rounding of the spine. Now, I talk about this anyway, but when we lean forward and we start to round the back, I've always gone against this. Now, there are a couple of postures where we do purposely round the back, but I try not to do those here. So if you feel yourself rounding the back, start with the shoulders. Bring the shoulders up, back, and then down. You'll lift the chest a bit, and that will help lengthen the spinal column. Now, before I go there, let me backtrack. If the bones in our body have less density and are weaker per se, well, just imagine the bones of the spinal column against the bones of your femur. Your femur is going to take a lot more work to break. We can break it, but it's going to take a lot less effort to injure or damage our spinal column. So that's why we want to pay particular attention to the spinal column, at least from my perspective. So the first one, of course, is rounding. Try not to round the back. Even when you're picking up something off the floor, use the knees, bend the legs, and reach down, okay? Next is the twist. I love doing twists. All of you know this. But twisting can prove detrimental for people with advanced osteopenia. Should you continue to do them? I say yes, but to a degree. Take 50% of your twist away immediately. So if you're normally twisting pretty nicely where you can look directly behind you, pull it back 50% or maybe even more. And of course, let your doctor know about this as well. They may let you know you can go on a little deeper, okay? I do a lot of twists for the spinal column, but you have to be cautious. You have to be smart about it. So if you know you've got these conditions, then take it easy. You're still getting a 100% of your balance in, okay? 100% of your workout in. And yes, brain's laughing, but when I said the word balance, yeah, absolutely important. Because let's face it, if you have weakened bone structure already and you fall, well, we know good things never happen. And this is whether you're at home, at work, shopping in Walmart. So from the yoga perspective, continue to work on your balance. Even if it is as simple as lifting 1 foot off the mat. Now, if you can't get it all the way off the mat, you can be on your big toes and you can still work your balance with this. And with time, bring the leg up. We have any number of balancing postures we can do. Play it simple, play it smart for right now. And of course, I'm a big fan of using walls or other props until you're able to get your balance a little better. Don't forget about the core and keep the shoulders rolled back. Now, rounding and twisting, not so good. Lengthening is good because when we lengthen the spinal column, we introduce a little more space in there. So when you're standing and rounding your back, remember I told you, start with the shoulders. Bring the shoulders up, back, and then down. Now, what happens when you do that? Yeah, you're going to feel a small pinch in your lower back. Those are your muscles there, and you are going to introduce some lengthening, maybe a little bit of tightness in your very low back, but for the most part, lengthening the spinal column. So really important on all of those. So that's the yoga perspective. Now, other than that, if you smoke, stop. And let's get our diet in sync here. Let's do a little bit better with what we're eating. If not so much leaving food on your plate, just don't put that much on to begin with. Oh yes, and that trip to Dunkin' Donuts, okay, we cut back just a little bit. Calcium, vitamin D, and for most part, talk to your doctor. I am a fan of Western medicine here. Talk to your doctor, okay? All right, last bit, stay active. You've got to keep moving. I don't care what. Whether you go out for a walk, and if it's too hot outside to go for a walk or it's raining, you can move around the place you live. Just take some laps. Stairs, stair climbing, brilliant, because that's going to help increase the strength of your legs. And you can also work on your core by keeping a nice, decent posture as you climb the steps. If not yoga, try Tai Chi. See if your local community center has a teacher that does Tai Chi. I love Tai Chi. I'm going to do more of it myself, but the movement, the breath, and the mindfulness, it's all enrolled within Tai Chi. So give that a shot if you've got the time. And yes, when it comes to yoga, just be smart. Be smart about it. And if you have a question, let me know. I may not know the answer right away, but I will get something for you. All right then. Osteopenia, osteoporosis. Now we know a little more. And with that, we can live a little smarter. Thank you.